follow what is new and what's hot, what's the latest trend.
Talk, son.
Whatever is the newest, latest thing, we follow it. And when it falls off, we hop on the next bandwagon. But he told me, son, if you stay true to yourself and you stay true to God, you won't have to waver or have to have anybody question who you are. Because when you walk in the right path that God has for you, you will always walk with honesty. So, as I begin to deal with this word honesty, I had to take my father's advice. Paul said it, follow me as I follow Christ. Well, in order for me in this atmosphere of King's Night, if I'm considered a king, then I must follow a king. The king said in John 14:6, for I am the way, the truth, and the life. Now, I gave you some synonyms, but what really burned me was when John backed me up to the 8th chapter and the 32nd verse, it said, you will know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Barry. Now, I read an article on that John MacArthur wrote, and he writes that truth is that which is contentious with the mind, the will, the character, the glory, and the being of God. More to the point, truth is self-expression of God. That is the biblical meaning of truth. Now, that's biblical meaning, but what is my truth? I was born to Charles and Ann, lived on 85th Street in Progress Village, went to First Baptist under B.T. Williams, Reverend Roosevelt Robinson, and under Dr. Sam Maxwell. And then my father became my pastor a while back, and I stayed up under him. Then, honestly, I was under Pastor Sanders for a while. Then I left and went under Pastor Jenkins for a while, which is true. But the thing is, I never had to waver on who I was because I was still following the King.
All right, now.
I can follow men, but if I don't know who I am,
come on, see?
I would try to be like Pastor Sanders, Pastor Bowers. I would try to be like my father, Pastor Perry. I would try to be like Reverend Dr. Sam Maxwell or Reverend Roosevelt Robinson. No, son, that's not you. You are the son of a king, but you are Charles Jr.
Come on now.
Walk in the path that God had laid for Charles Jr. Charles cannot live in the shadow of Charles Sr. For what Charles Sr. did in his time was in his time. But for me to walk in honesty, I got to walk where God placed me.
Come on, Bear.
And as a king in this millennial period, the king taught me that from a wise man. The king taught me this. Proverbs 12:22. Lying lips are the abomination unto the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. If you can't understand that, maybe you can understand Proverbs 19:1. It is better that a poor man walk in his integrity than he is with perverse lips and is a fool. But for me, I had to listen to another king, where this king started the lineage of the king of all kings.
Come on now.
From this king, there were some things in his family that was messed up. But yet still God used this king to bring about the king of kings that died for me so that I can live and look toward to heaven. This king wrote in Psalms 1:6, and this is something that I live by. Blessed is the one who walks in the counsel, not of the ungodly. You cannot walk, if you're going to be honest, you can't walk where everybody else is walking.
Come on, preacher.
Nor sit in the seat of the scornful. You can't sit everywhere, in every place. because you wear a title on you. If you are a liar, you're going to hang with liars. If you are a sexual pervert, you're going to hang with sexual perverts. If you are in the lifestyle of homosexuality, you're going to hang with homosexuals. But those who are honest with themselves will always try to find themselves in company with other honest people. And whenever there is someone who comes in that is not of the same company, you can understand and know that from the king's perspective, I can't deal with you. I love you, but I got to leave from you. Because there's something in you that just don't gel right. But what I can leave with you, that the king that I serve loves you. And if you will acknowledge him in all your ways, he will direct your path. Going back to this king, blessed is one who walks not or steps with the wicked or stand in the way of sinners or sit in the company of mockers. But if you're honest, you will delight yourself in the Lord and you will meditate on it night and day. How you know when you're walking in honesty, and this point drives it home for me, that when you walk and you live in honesty, the person that is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields fruit in its season, whose leaves does not wither, whatever they do prospers. Therefore the wicked will not stand in judgment, nor the sinner in the assembly of the righteous. Watch this now. For the Lord watches over the ways of the righteous, but the wicked shall lead to destruction. In other words, if I'm true to myself, and if I'm true to God, he will direct me and he will steer me clear from all of those haters, all the sinners that he needs me to get away from. Because I am who I am. I am who I am because I recognize the king in me. And the king that I'm talking about was the king that came through 42 generations.
Come on.
Born in Bethlehem by Virgin Mary. Laid in the manger wrapped in swaddling cloth. Went about his life doing good every day. I got to give it to you. I wouldn't be a preacher if I didn't give it to you. He lived, bled, and died. But one Friday he hung on the cross just so I can live in honesty. He was buried in a borrowed tomb.
Come on now.
But yet, early one Sunday morning, he rose with all power in his hand.
Come on,
just so that I can walk in honesty.
Come on now.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Wayne to say VIP. We got to serve the VIP. It's Christine in the bar.
Y'all ready to go eat? All right, we're going to go next.